Okay, goed. So ons is nou by kosprys, verkoopprys en wins. Right. And that is on page 72 in the answer series. Wat gaan aan? Right, so cost price, selling price, and then profit. So let's first look at what all of those are. You even did this in grade 8 and 9 at EMS, no? Good. So let's first look at what is cost price. Kom ons gebruik nou maar gou weer die snoepie as 'n voorbeeld, né? Hulle moet mos stock hê in die snoepie, né? They have to have stock there, stuff that you guys can buy, the chips, the sweets, the whatever. So, but before it is in the tuck shop, they actually have to go and spend money to get the stock, right? So, the amount that they buy it for. So, hulle gaan na 'n groot handelaar toe en hulle gaan koop die chips. Dit wat dit vir die tannie by die snoepie kos, is haar kosprys. Okay, that's her cost price, whatever she is paying for it. Okay. In die handboek sê dit daar vir jou, die kosprys van 'n produk is die koste van die vervaardiging, ons gaan nou daaroor praat, of die aankoop van 'n produk. So it is when you're buying your stock, that price that you are paying, that's your cost price. Now, they're talking about producing. That is, let's use the snoepie again, the sandwiches that you guys buy. Nee? Daai broodjie moet die tannie eers gou-gou vervaardig. Nee, hulle maak die sandwich vir jou voordat jy hom kan maak. So eintlik, it's not just the cost the cost of the bread, the ham and the cheese. Eintlik is daar ook nog, moet daar bykom, die koste van hulle arbeid, die koste van elektrisiteit om daai toaster te kan, verstaan julle, so dit alles is hulle kosprys. Nee. Right, so all the costs involved to be able to produce that sandwich. You guys get that part? Goed, dan sê hulle vir jou, die kosprys word bepaal deur die two things, production cost, that's what we just spoke about, die produksiekoste, dis die koste wat direk verband hou met die produksie of die vervaardiging van die produk. Okay? Oh, I actually forgot about the packaging. Hulle gee nie jou broodjie net so vir jou in jou hand, nie. Hulle sit hom ons nog in 'n sakkie ook, nê? So that bag that they put it in, the paper bag, is also part of the production cost. Okay. Jy sal sien daar die vervaardiging van die produk, met ander woorde, grondstowwe, packaging, verpakking, arbeid, the labor that went into that, right? And dan die toerusting, the equipment that was used. We talked about the sandwich or the toaster, right? Okay, all of that is part of production cost. Dan. Die volgende een is die bedryfskoste. Nou dit is die koste betrokke by die bedryf van die besigheid. Byvoorbeeld, is daar water, or electricity, or rent, or telephone. Okay, all of that must be taken into account. The people at the snoopy, they have to pay for the power that they use to heat up the sandwich to be able to give you guys a warm sandwich. No. Good. So, for cost price, we will, okay, so, eintlik het ons nog gepraat oor wat verkooppryse is. Ek gaan nou dit doen. So the cost price is actually, it's without the profit. No? Profit is not included yet. Do you guys get that part? So if we were to take cost price and we were to add the profit, en ons gaan nou praat oor wat wins is, then we would get the selling price. The selling price, een woord. Huh? No. Then we would get the selling price, nee? Met ander woorde, as jy vat kosprys plus jou wins, dis die geld wat jy mos wil maak, dan gaan jy kry jou verkoopprys. Okay, right. So let's quickly look at what is selling price. Wat is verkoopprys, nee? Die verkoopprys, the word actually tells you exactly, it's what we selling it for. Nee, Afrikaanse mense, dis die prys waarteen ons dit verkoop. Okay, so, dit kos die tannie eintlik, die pakkie chips, R3, maar sy verkoop dit aan ons vir R5. Nee, goed. So the selling price, hulle sê in jou handboek, that's the price that you are selling the product for. Then, die verkoopprys word deur 'n aantal faktore bepaal. So there's lots of factors that actually determine what your selling price would eventually be. There are 4 bullets. The first thing is the cost price of the product. You can't sell something for less than what you actually paid for it. Nee, dit moet mos nou meer wees. So die kosprys gaan nogals baie bepaal wat jou verkoopprys gaan wees. The second bullet there is profit, jou verlangde wins. Meaning, how much profit do I want to make? Right? Because if I want to make only 50 cents of profit, then the price of my selling price would be very low. Maar as ek besluit, 'n broodjie kos R10 en ek wil nog R10 wins maak, then it means you're going to sell it for R20. Nee, so dit beïnvloed my verkoopprys. So the amount of profit that you want to make is going to influence the selling price. Then, the third bullet there is your competitor's price. Mededingers se pryse. Nou wat is 'n mededinger? That is someone that's selling exactly the same thing as I am. Nee? Now you guys can buy Coke anywhere in Worcester. And if a Coke usually costs, wat kos 'n Coke nou by die winkel? R8. Hoeveel? R12. Okay, sien ek is heeltemal uit. Okay, so sê nou maar dit kos in enige plek in Worcester, nee? R12. But the Snoopy is selling it for R25. Are you going to buy a Coke? Not the hell, nee? Dis te duur. Okay, so jy kan nie vreeslik duur wees teenoor wat jou mededingers. Other shops also selling the same thing as what you're selling, nee? So you've got to be aware of what the usual price is, because your price range must be slightly higher, slightly lower, or exactly the same as what that is. So if a Coke in Worcester, anywhere in Worcester, costs R12, and our Snoopy is selling it for R13, would you then buy a Coke? Ja. Van die pryse is nie so ver uit met wat 'n mens eintlik betaal nie, nee. Okay, wat vra ons Snoopy vir 'n Coke? Is dit 12? Hoe? Jy sal weet, 12. Okay, nou sien, so dis mooi in die call, nee. Okay, if our Snoopy was selling it for R8, dan gaan die kinders aan frisse Coke gekoop het, nee. Okay, want jy kry dit goedkoper by die skool as wat jy dit enige plek in Worcester kon kry. Alright, so you've got to be aware of your competitors' prices as well. Then the fourth bullet there is die prys wat die kliënt bereid is om te betaal, nee? What are your clients prepared to pay for that product or service, nee? We said just now, if we were to make the price of a Coke, yeah, R25, most of you said, not going to buy it, nee? Meaning, my customers won't be willing to pay that amount of money for a Coke. Nee? So jy moet weet, jou prys moet in die call wees. Your customers must be willing to pay that price. You must still actually make a little bit of profit, otherwise it's not, anders is dit vir jou die moeite werd nie. Nee? And it must not be less than my cost price. Okay, so daai 4 goedjies moet jy heeltyd in gedagte hou wanneer jy 'n prys maak van jou item wat jy verkoop or of the service that you're selling. It's actually easier to determine the selling price of a product than what it is to determine the selling price of a service, nee? Want as jy 'n diens, sê net maar ek is skoonmaakdienste, nee? The obvious things that I have got to take into consideration is wages. I've got to pay my salary and the people working for me. Okay? That I've got to pay. I've obviously got to pay the cleaning, the skoonmaakmiddels. No? Everything that we need. Sunlight, handy Andy, all of that. No? So daai is die obvious goed. But jy moet ook gaan in ag neem. Die petrol wat jy vat om te ry na die mense se huise toe. Die huur wat jy miskien vir vir die gebou waar jy al jou skoonmaakmiddels bære, jou besems, jou moppe, al daai goedjies. Die kar se slytasie, soos wat jy op en af ry na die huise toe om dit te laat skoonmaak, né? So it's lots of small things that you actually also have to take into consideration before you determine what the selling price would be of my cleaning services. Do you guys get that part? Okay. Goed. Ons gaan nou praat oor daai formule daar. Okay, then profit. The next one, wins. Wie wil vir my sê wat is wins? What is profit? Daar's hy. Okay. So profit means that your income is more than your expenses, né? So as ek gaan kyk het hoeveel ek betaal het vir die voorraad van die snoepie en ek gaan kyk na wat ek op die ouend ingekry het van al daai voorraad verkoop, dan is daai bedrag baie meer as dit wat ek betaal het. Met ander woorde, daar bly geld oor. Nee, and that money that's left over after you took income minus expenses, that we see as profit. What if it happens the other way around? Wat as dit gebeur dat my inkomste is minder as wat my uitgawes was? Dan lei jy 'n verlies, nee? Then it's a loss. Okay? Because I spent more money than what I actually got. Okay. Goed. So in jou handboek sê hulle daar vir jou, die wins is die verskil tussen die inkomste en uitgawe. Okay, so that we definitely got to write. So wins or profit is equal to income minus expenses. Jou inkomstes minus jou uitgawes. Okay. Right. So now you guys know what cost price is, what profit is, and what selling price is. So kom ons kyk net gou-gou. Hierdie gaan my algemene formule wees. That's my general formula. So I can actually use that and from there even determine what is profit and I can also determine what cost price would be. Maar ek gaan gou-gou elkeen vir jou gaan uitskryf. Kan ek maar hierdie bladsy skip? Anyone still copying here? Right. Okay. So let's say, if I only want to know, en ek gaan nou nie elke keer die volle woord cost price, I'm going to use this, CP, of Afrikaans, cost price. Nee? Okay, nou cost price, om die kostprys te kry, gaan ek sê, van die verkoopprys, the selling price, minus, kom ek skryf die Engels en die Afrikaans, miskien vir julle bietjie apart, gaan eers die Engels sê, cost price would be, verkoopprys minus die wins. English people, selling price minus the profit. Okay, so dis hoe ons kosprys kry. Nee? Next one, how do we work out profit? We said that in the previous one. It's actually income minus expenses, but that is also your income is actually your selling price. Nee, dis my verkoopprys minus my kosprys, minus the cost price. So income, selling price, minus expenses, my cost price. You guys good with that? Goed. Kosprys, wins en verkoopprys het ons op die vorige enetjie, ek kan net double check. Ja, verkoopprys, selling price, we said would be cost price plus profit. Okay, so that one we already wrote down. Now, they can also ask you to get the percentage of profit. Hulle sê vir jou daar in die handboek, om die verband tussen die wins en die kosprys te bepaal, bereken ons die persentasie wins. Okay, so percentage profit we're going to say, take the profit, vat jou wins, oor jou kosprys. Profit over cost price, and then that's going to give you a decimal. So to put it into percentage, we're going to say times 100. Is julle reg daar? Afrikaans, persentasie wins is jou wins op die kosprys maal met 100. Is julle reg daar? Okay. Can I skip? Maar onthou dit as jy die persentasie wins soek. Wat as ek my winsgrens soek? Nou moet ek gou onthou die Engelse bewoording. Is it profit margin? Who's got their English textbook open? Profit margin, ja. If you want to calculate your profit margin, as jy jou winsgrens wil bepaal, kyk gou hulle sê vir jou, om die verband tussen die wins en inkomste te bepaal, bereken ons die winsgrens. So we're going to use profit and income. Nee, wat is my inkomste nou weer? Income would be selling price. Nee, okay, right. Kan ek my skip? Okay, so profit margin of jou winsgrens. We're going to say, we use our profit. Oh, goodness, got a Afrikaans vir die Engels, sorry. We take our profit and over our income. Onthou, want ons soek die verband, we want the, is it relationship? Relationship. Is it? Okay. We want the relationship between the profit and the income. Okay, so then we take that and then again times 100. Ons soek die verband tussen wins en inkomste en dit is hoekom ons wins op inkomste sit. And then we say times 100. Okay, so kom ons doen net gou 'n voorbeeld. Right. Die opsommingstabel van ouma en oupa Smith se besigheid word hieronder verskaf. Okay, so Oma Smith has got a cost price of 40. Her profit is 40. So her income would then be the 40 plus 40, which gives me 80. Okay, oupa Smith se kosprys is 45. Sy wins is 55. So dit beteken sy inkomste would be the 45 plus the 55, and that's how they get to 100, right? Okay, now at number 1, they're saying, determine the percentage profit that Oma Smith makes. Okay, so persentasie wins. So ons gaan nou hierdie formule gebruik. Nee, okay. So die persentasie wins, we're going to say it should be the profit over cost price. Wat was Ouma Smit se wins gewees? 40 over the cost price, which was also 40, and then we say times 100 to put it into percentage. Met ander woorde, Ouma se persentasie wins is 100%. No, because 40 over 40 is going to give me 1, and that times 100 gaan net vir my gee 100. Is julle reg daar? Goed, by nommer 2. Vra hulle vir my, determine the profit margin of Oupa Smit. Okay, so bepaal die winsgrens van Oupa Smit. Nou wanneer ons winsgrens, dan soek ons, kyk gou hierbo, ons soek die wins op die inkomste. Nee, okay, so, oops, ja man. The profit margin, we need the profit, which was 55 Rand, over the income. Nou wat was sy inkomste gewees? The income is the same as the selling price. Nee. Okay. So in sy inkomste was gewees 100, and that we times by 100. Kyk nou hier. Okay, so 55 op 100 maal met 100 means it's going to be 55%. Okay, so Oupa Smith's profit margin would be 55%. Is julle reg daar? Onthou net, by hierdie twee verskillendes, jou winspersentasie en jou winsgrens. You will always have profit at the top. It's the bottom of the fraction that's going to be different. When you want profit percentage, we have the cost price at the bottom. Maar as jy soek die winsgrens, dan hou jy vir inkomste aan die onderkant van jou brief. Okay, so that's the only difference between the two. Is julle reg daar? Any questions so far? Right. Okay. Your homework. Toets begrip op bladsy 73, nommer 1 tot by 2.5. So dis haar hele oefening, né? Okay. Ek wil net gou kyk, ek sien die periode is hoe lank? 30. 35. Dan het ons nog so 12 minute oor eintlik. Okay. Okay, ek gaan eers daar stop.